of the organization into high impacting initiatives which are executed through Lean Six Sigma, which has enabled millions of dollars in tangible savings over the years. Sir has also worked on transformation of business by driving EBIT growth programs and supply chain process re-engineering across both manufacturing and service sector in Asia Pacific countries. He has been working with some of the Fortune 500 companies. Sir has 5 years of experience working as consultant with international working exposure in various Asia Pacific and Middle East countries. He is also speaker at number of global quality related workshops and conferences organized by IQPC, ASQ, CII, Parity Conference, and many more. I request Mr. Kunal Sharma to grace the stage. We are extremely delighted at his presence today.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to come across and speak about the various operation excellence frameworks. What are the future trends today which are required by the organizations in this competitive environment today? And I'm inviting everyone to ask questions whenever you feel like. I think let me start my camera and share the screen. So I hope it's visible to everyone.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm going to be discussing and presenting today is what are the different drivers, for any excellence framework in an organization. And before I start, I think excellence is very important part of any business these days. And when I talk about excellence, excellence is in all areas of the business. Be it manufacturing, procurement, supply chain, sales and distribution. We need excellence in all spheres of the business today. I think it is through the excellence that many of the startups that we are seeing today are using many concepts of the operation excellence framework to build up their businesses, be it Uber, Ola, Oyo. Everyone is trying to optimize on the resources. And that's the key for any investor. More you optimize on your resources, the more is the profitable business for you. And more you bring excellence in your business, more you are able to drive not only the profitability, but also sustenance of the business, along with, managing your competitors and, keeping your business ahead of your competitors. So very, very important thing for business today, very, very important thing. And I think, most of you are, MBA students, and, I know each one of you are going to be working on or using these tools which are there available today with the operation excellence framework in any function of the business that you are going to work with. This is a way of life today for any organization. And most of the functions are also being named today as excellence. People will not ask somebody to join a sales function today. They will ask somebody to join a sales excellence function today, or manufacturing excellence, or supply chain excellence function today. The whole context of the function is getting changed. So since it's a very important thing for us and very important thing for all the students over here, I think I will just brief you that how all these frameworks, tools, techniques that you are learning are going to be used by you in a different manner to bring excellence in whatever function you are going to work with. So since excellence is very important, now I'll first talk about the various drivers and what are the things that we should be taking care of, and what are the things that you need to take care when you are working on the excellence initiatives, excellence programs, or excellence agenda in your organizations. The first and the foremost is, understand what is your burning platform. Why do you need excellence? Where do you need excellence? What are the key focus areas for you? What are the strategic needs for you? Why do you need excellence? Okay, I think that clarity has to be always there, because when we talk about any business, we always say, as a business, we should understand what our customer wants, and here your customer is your business. Okay, and we need to really understand what our business wants. What is a burning platform? Why do you need excellence? Why we have to work on excellence? So there could be different burning platforms for you in the organization. It may be different for a startup, it may be different for FMCG organization, it would be different for a supply chain organization or any other manufacturing organization. It could be customer expectations and demands, it could be customer or employer satisfaction and loyalty, it could be managing the competitive and changing markets, it could be profitability or returns on investments. So there could be different reasons. Okay, for a startup, it could be, they need a technological excellence to really beat in the market. It could be, so we need to first understand, where do you really need excellence, where do you want to work, and it will bring the focus for you to really understand where we need to put our energies and efforts. Once you understand that, then, for example, if an organization needs focus or excellence in sustainability or in supply chain cost, it's very high, so yeah, they are not able to beat competitors. So those becomes your critical success factors, which then results into strategic areas of improvement. You understand where are your performance gaps, where are your key functional areas, and this helps you to translate into various initiatives or the projects that you are going to take. For example, if you are focusing on supply chain excellence or reduction in the cost of a supply chain, then within the supply chain, you will see you have to reduce the freight cost. The freight cost is very high. Now, within the freight cost, what is high? Is it truck turnaround time, the utilization of the trucks, the loadability of the trucks? So what is that which is increasing your cost? So like that, from the critical success factor to the strategic areas, you have to identify the right initiatives, right projects, where you want to bring excellence into. So once you are done with that, and I'm just highlighting here, there are many different ways, tools, techniques. Some of that are such which you have already learned. You are all aware of, say, for example, P&L. It's very, P&L is a very important tool for us to really diagnose where we need to put our energies and focus in terms of cost. You can always see the trends of your various cost lines in the P&L. You can see and benchmark with the other industries or within the industry, within the same company. Even if you have different manufacturing locations, or if it is a global organization, then you can compare your cost lines with the global locations. So which will help you to understand where the opportunities are, where the costs are high, where do you need to focus on. Second is the KPI trends. Every business has several KPIs, and you can always analyze those KPIs, benchmark those KPIs, and understand where you need to work and where do you want to improve. You can go for value stream mapping, which will help you to understand. It's a very important tool. I can't go into the details of the tool, but yeah, you can go and read. There's ample material available on the sites where you can read about value stream mapping. Very, very important tool to map your business and understand where the opportunities are. So I'll talk about few of them and quickly move on to the next slide, where once you identify these are the areas where you need to improve on, then you have to prioritize. And the prioritization always happens with respect to two things, which is how much benefit you are getting from that initiative, and what is the effort required, or what is the cost required to achieve that. Now you have to balance that out and then see what are the things that you should be focusing on. You should not focus on those items which require a lot of effort but very minuscule returns out of it. After that, the second important element is the leadership engagement and commitment. A lot of times, any excellence initiatives and programs in the organization are started by the senior leaderships, but later on the focus is very low because they are focusing on the day-to-day routines, day-to-day challenges, firefightings, and they are not able to focus time on these things. While they don't understand that if they focus on these things, it will be more sustainable solution for them, and their firefighting is going to get reduced by focusing on these agendas. So very important to have a commitment and engagement from the senior leadership team. They have to be engaged. There has to be consistent communication from all the leaders. There have to be consistent reviews by all the leaders to monitor how the progress of all these initiatives are going on. Then we have to create the right structure. So if the leadership has a buy-in, they want to get engaged, but then they have to provide the right structure, right people to really crack that in order to bring excellence in the organization. It's like a ray of light which goes into the prism, and in the prism it has to get into each nook and corner of your prism and get spread everywhere in the organization. That should be what the leadership role is, to spread that light across every corner of the organization so that we get the excellence, we get the improvements going on in every sphere of the business. Then you need change agents, steering committees, and the teams who will execute those projects. These are the three important structure elements that you need to create. The change agents are the people who are deployment champions and master black belts, in the terminology of Six Sigma, who are responsible for bringing out the change and drive the change. Because whenever you bring out change, people tend to have a lot of resistance towards that. So steering committees are nothing but the leadership team meetings, which generally sees that how the progress is going on the various fronts of excellence. These are the different structures that are available for you where you can work on. Then steering committees, discipline and the monitoring of the various parameters of the excellence initiatives and programs is very, very important to make sure that the program is in line with the objectives and driving the right things in the organization. The change agents are very important because these are the drivers of the change who are bringing excellence. Now, I'm just highlighting here that there are three qualities which we need in these change agents in order to drive change, because these people are people who have to work with the influence. They don't have the direct power or the control on the business, but these are the drivers who are basically making sure that whatever excellence we are trying to bring in the organization are being, is being going on as per the plan, as per the charter, as per the agenda. So they have to have a very good influencing skill in the organization. They have to be equipped with all the science, the tools, techniques, methodologies. Now when I talk about tools and techniques, various analytical techniques, because they have to be highly analytical, because this is all data driven techniques, data driven methodologies. A lot of data needs to be analyzed, a lot of statistical tools needs to be used in driving these excellence after analyzing the data. So They have to be well versed with the technology also. Any tech that a company is using, they should be well versed with that, and well versed with the business also. And it's very important for us to retain them, because most of the time, this is a very challenging role, very challenging environment is there in the organizations to drive the change. And sometimes, if they are not getting the support, there is a tendency that people move out into some other organizations. So we have to make sure that this talent which we groom is being nurtured properly. They are being retained and developed to the levels that, more they get developed, the more is the benefit to the organization. Now we come to the, we have seen the structure, we have seen the leadership commitment, and now the fourth element is the engagement of the people. Because at the end of the day, it's all about executing all those things in the organization. You have some ideas, you have some initiative that you want to drive for improving cost or improving customer satisfaction or for improving the speed of the various processes or speed to the market, bringing or launching new product into the market at a high speed. So all these initiatives will require a lot of energy from the people. The people needs to be engaged. There has to be a good buy-in of the people, and all these people needs to first be clear on the agenda. They have to be clear on why we are doing this, why it is important for the organization. They have to be made aware of about all the tools, techniques. To certain extent, they cannot be mastered on that, but yeah, they have to understand the methodology, how we are doing all the studies, all how we are approaching the solutions for all these initiatives, all these problems. So they need to be engaged, they need to be made some, they need to be educated on certain tools and techniques. I mentioned few of them. There are two particular tools that being used across the world for improving your businesses. One is called as lean, and lean is a tool which helps you to improve the speed of the business. Six Sigma helps you to improve the errors in the business. And believe me, these are the two things which you require not only for improving anything in your business, but also in your day-to-day life, even at your home. The only thing that you are striving for in any performance of any work at your home or at your professional world, you only require two things. One, you want to get it done fast, and the other thing is you have to get that thing done without any error or any defect in that. I think those are the two important things anyone is looking at when we are doing any work. And any performance parameters are also coming from the two things. It is either speed, which is nothing but productivity, efficiency, reduced lead time for your works. These are the parameters which are actually improved by using various lean tools. And Six Sigma is all about improving the errors. There should be defect-free process, no defects in the process. So very important two tools, and there are many, in this toolkit, where many tools are available, which can be used in different aspects of the business. And this program or this, slot is not meant for going into the details of the tools, maybe, but yeah, you will be knowing some of them in your MBA curriculum. I'm sure that you guys go through statistics, ANOVA, regression. These are very important subjects in your business analytics course. So these are some of the important tools of Six Sigma. And most of you, if you go through the curriculums of Lean Six Sigma, you will find that at least 80 to 90% of the tools are something which you have touched upon somewhere in your engineering or graduation or your post-graduation programs. Then change management and resistance. I mean, a lot of time people think that it's a program which is being driven, but yeah, we have to focus only on the day-to-day things. But excellence is something different. Excellence is all about solving some things for sustenance. Firefighting or the solving of the daily things is more like you solved something today, it can happen again tomorrow. But this formal, structured methodology for driving the excellence is used to solve the things in a sustainable way. Okay. And this always brings some resistance because we are changing the routine. We are changing some, something in the process which may not be liked, or it may be something difficult for somebody to do sometimes in the beginning, and that's why there is a resistance. And a lot of times, the energy goes in terms of handling those resistance in the organization. So always think, it requires energy in the execution. It's a teamwork. Again, you can't do it alone. All you have to create a team. It's a teamwork. uh, right communication has to be there. Leadership has to be engaged and keep on propagating that why they need this, and keep on motivating, and create some reward and recognition for the people who are actually doing it. So communication is very, very important, which makes people, or which keeps people motivated and engaged for driving those changes in the organization. Reward and recognition, keep some energy high by giving some rewards. It could be monetary or non-monetary, but it has to be there, which keeps people, the teams energized. And there are many mechanisms and methods, depends on different organizations. They all use it. Then you have to create a measurement system. When, so if you are driving say 10 initiatives, there has to be some tracker, there has to be some program management for that, which helps you to understand how the progress on each of the initiatives is going on, how you guys are driving it, what is on track, what is not on track, can we do something to bring something on track. So it's a control mechanism to just make sure. And there are several mechanisms, several things, several methodologies which are available to figure out that how you can track, monitor, and see the performance of all these programs going on. End of the day, all these things bring out certain improvements in your P&L, because it could be a bottom line or top line of the organization. So it needs to be validated. Finance team has to be engaged in that. So make sure that it doesn't look fuzzy. It looks something getting really benefited into your business, and it is helping business improvement in some or the other field. These are typical things which we should be targeting or driving out of the excellence programs in the organization. About 8 to 9% of the controllable cost reductions and things like that is a normal target the company keeps, but it all depends on the industries. Different industries keep a different target for cost reduction with them. Some things, we need not to invent a wheel every time. There are certain things which we can quickly copy, replicate from the good improvements that other people have done. Don't hesitate to do that, quickly do it, and bring improvements in the organizations. Then this slide is talk about the business transformation too, because when I talk about excellence, it's not about excellence in the functions, but also across the business. Can we think of a different business models, different revenue models? How can we bring drastic improvement in the customer satisfaction with a different way of thinking? That is called as a business transformation. Or you can also think about innovations, where you design your new processes with a very out of the box thinking, is also something which people are trying out today. So these are some of the business or operation excellence models. There are 3 blocks in that. One is the diagnostics, to identify or understand where are the opportunities for you to improve. Then the execution part, and third is the involvement of the people, which is very important, because at the end of the day, you have to create a culture in the organization for the excellence. So excellence cannot be a baby of 1% or 2%. It has to be driven through each and everyone thinking about excellence. How do you involve people? How do you engage people? Each and every person has to put in energy to bring excellence in the organization. So culture is very, very important. because without culture, you will not be able to sustain whatever you are improving in the organization. So, how do you bring that culture is very, very important for us. Now, then there are many future challenges, future trends which are going on, be it globalization, a lot of volatility in the businesses today, talent shortfalls, transportation costs, customer expectations are becoming higher and higher, network economy, cost pressures, sustainability, increased risks and disruptions, and new technologies. All these are challenges, and you need to have an excellence strategies for handling each one of the challenge that you are facing in the business, and also use and get acquainted and start using, get into the latest trends, and since you know बाद में later बाद में आना. So, getting into the artificial intelligence and the automation. So, people are getting into it. Very important thing for any business, competitive edge for any business. Get into that, and this is pretty much part of your excellence initiatives these days. Internet of Things, very, very useful. We have used this extensively in the supply chain framework, in the supply chain, be it logistics, in the transportation, be it a warehousing. People are going towards smart warehousing, smart manufacturing, where you are using Internet of Things, the sensors, which are basically all connected through the internet. The data are gathered from the machines or the systems directly. The data are processed using advanced analytics, and immediately gives you a decision, what is the right decision for you. So your dependence on the people, the dependence on the managers, the supervisors are getting reduced. So everything is very, very online, and you are able to resolve or solve the things and make the right decisions then and there. And very, very useful, very, very I think it is going to be very, very important thing, very, very important for anyone in the business. I have done some work on that in terms of designing the smart warehouses, also worked on smart logistics and things like that. So very, very critical for any business these days. Digitization, you can't think of a business without digitization. After COVID, I think this is one of the critical and very important and no negotiable, non-negotiable thing for any business today. You can't survive today without digitization into the business. And digitization brings a visibility, very, very important for us in the business, because very, very volatile environment. More you have the visibility on each aspect of the business, better is the control, better is the decision making, better is the performance of the business. Very, very important thing for us. So, and these are the 5 blocks which we also spoke during the presentation. So leadership and culture is very important for bringing excellence. You have to have a right process and structures. People and skills are important. Keep on nurturing on that. And knowledge and systems, using the right tools, futuristic tools, whether it's AI, ML, or data analytics, or IoTs of the world. You have to keep using all those things and keep on enriching the knowledge and toolkits for the organization. And then, end of the day, have a measurement system to really see, control to how the progress and performance is going on your improvement initiatives. Extended towards your extended arms of the supply chain, be it supplier or customer, extended towards that in order to bring excellence in the entire value chain. And I think this is what Toyota also did way back in 1949 when they invented on Toyota production system. But the real benefit that they could achieve was when they extended it to all their suppliers. Today, all the suppliers of Toyota are following the Toyota production system, which is the excellence framework designed by Toyota. So, the learning is that we have to, if you really want to bring in, it's like this, you are very efficient, but your suppliers are not efficient, then you will not be, super efficient, or there will be some areas where you have an opportunity to improve in your business. if you are having a very incapable, inefficient, or very unproductive suppliers with you. So you have to keep working on suppliers, customers, and the customer to really bring in the real excellence in your journey. Okay, so that's what I have. Pretty much on time, 45 minutes. Over to you. Any questions? Anybody wants to know anything about the excellence journeys in the organization?
Thank you very much, sir. So we have a question in the chat box by Mr. Naveen Nayak. By Mr. Praveen Nayak. The question is, what is SOEL?
SOEL is nothing but, there are companies, the manufacturing companies, they have different sites. So I'm talking about the big companies. For example, if you talk about Coca-Cola, they have several manufacturing locations across the country. Now they need to have one operation excellence leader at each site. So S means site, operation excellence is OE, and L is leader.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question. As educators and also as individuals, how should we analyze the future potential of job threat from Internet of Things and being replaced by artificial intelligence?
I think
because as educators, we also need to ensure that students don't take up those courses which are going to be hurt in future because of artificial intelligence and IoT.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you use Excel?
Pardon, sir?
Do you use Excel?
Yes, sir. We use
Microsoft Office?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is part of our life.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When it all started, we always thought, I can understand. I mean, I'm 48 years today, and, I'm talking about 25 years back. When I learned Excel and I joined an organization, people started feeling, boss, these people are coming with the computer knowledge and they are going to eat up a lot of things. Okay. But what happened end of the day, it has not eaten the jobs. It has created more jobs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The only thing is that always treat AI, ML or advanced analytics as something which is in future going to replace your, or maybe make your Excels more robust. Today we are using all these tools, to a certain capability using Excel, but I think in the future you will be using it through Python or R, or many other things are going to come. So I don't think, in my view, it is going to create more opportunities for the students rather than reducing the opportunities in the market, because there's going to be a huge demand, and then the stage will come that it will become like your Excel. Everyone has to start using it, practicing it on a daily basis. I always say, and this is a question which I commonly get in all the conferences, and my answer to that is, your job roles are going to get redefined. Okay. So instead of, for example, if the supervisor today is managing the whole thing manually, tomorrow that supervisor will be managing through, the information is coming to him through IoTs and all those things, and they will be using all those informations and techniques to, manage the whole thing. The job profiles are going to change, but I don't think, the way we are growing, the way India is growing, I think, I don't think there is going to be any job challenge. The only thing is, you are going to be equipped with the newer tools and technologies which are coming up. And once you are done with that, I think there will be enough and ample opportunities for you. So don't get worried about that.
Sir, will you show previous slide? What?
Sorry?
Sir, previous slide, sir.
This one?
No, sir. Back. Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we have our next question by Professor Shamsundar. Is Six Sigma and lean technology will help industries to implement Industry 4.0 technology?
Yes, of course. I mean, both goes hand in hand. And I will always say that 4.0 is also one of the tool which has to get into the toolkit of Six Sigma nowadays. For example, earlier, about 3 to 4 years back, it was not there in the toolkit of a Six Sigma, but now it is getting inside the toolkit of a Six Sigma.
Thank you, sir. There's one more question by Deepak. He asks how Six Sigma is useful in marketing.
Okay, so see, in marketing also you can use a lot of tools and techniques or a methodology of Six Sigma. I think I've not touched upon the methodology of Six Sigma. The methodology of Six Sigma says that first you need to define a problem. So if you have a marketing problem, I've solved several marketing problems in Coca-Cola, where we used to have, say, for example, I have to improve on my trade spending. Okay. Marketing trade spending cost. I need to optimize or make sure that whatever I'm spending on the trade marketing is giving me the right revenue or optimizing on my revenue. So I did a project in terms of optimizing that and using regression analysis and various other tools to see and analyze that how my spending is. Am I spending on the right things? Am I spending on the right channels? And is it giving me the right or the right products even? And then is it overall what should be the right level of my spending to have the right revenue? Because end of the day, both goes hand in hand, revenue and your cost spend. So there are many other things. We also worked on improving on the elements cost. There are various marketing elements, and how do you make sure that end of the day these are your resources, and you are using your right resources to get the right benefit or right output out of these is something which you can solve using Six Sigma or Lean or any excellence framework.
Thank you for your answers, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights about 9 drivers behind continuous improvement of an organization. You talked about all the important aspects necessary in supply chain transformation. You very well elaborated the personification of the Prism story with respect to organizational excellence. Various topics covered by you like qualities and change agent, critical success factors in SCM, and various models and diagnostic representations made your presentation very lucid and easy to understand. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule and guiding us through this important topic. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, thanks.
We'll now take a break and we will resume sharp at 4:20 p.m.